All right, welcome back everyone. This is going to be part 2 of my collection reviewing video. So if you didn't see, I did on Saturday a review of 5 or 6 different people's collections. Some of them were really large, some of them were updates, and I really appreciate all of them. Today we have Chris, Mo, Marlin, Eddie, and myself that I'm going to be able to go through. So without further ado, let's get it. Alright, my great smelling dudes, welcome back to my channel. This is Randy, aka Fragrance Dude, back with another fragrance video in part 2 of my collection reviewing. Again, I do this every 3 months, but I'm not going to waste any time since we've already did about 20 minutes of the other video. Before I get into the video, as always, like, comment, subscribe, and if you like my content, consider following me on Instagram and TikTok. So the first one that we're going to get into today is only one picture. It is sent by Chris M. So everybody in the comments, just say, hey to Chris, and thanks for sending it to me. I'm going to put it up on the screen. So Chris here has a nice little table with them spread out so you can see everything. On the left, you got your Burberry, I believe that's London. We have your Prada L'Homme Intense, which is a nice iris fragrance. Definitely great for the fall and winter. Moving back, you got your Costa Azzurra, I believe that's what it is. And then on the back, next to the Terre d'Hermes box, you have two of my favorites. You have Noir Amber by Issey Miyake. It's like a signature amber fragrance, super good. Eau Tres Fraîche by Terre d'Hermes. I love the opening, but the dry down's a little bit too florally for me. But next to that, you have YSL Tuxedo, which is like the niche quality version of Moustache Eau de Parfum. It's super good. You guys definitely need to get your nose on it if you haven't, but it's a little bit too expensive for my taste. There's one in the middle that I'm really intrigued by, and Chris, I would like you to let me know in the comments what it actually smells like. It's Mason Francis Kurkdjian, and it looks like Moroccan plum or masculine plum or something. I don't know if that's just covered up by the Bleu de Chanel and it's not plum or anything like that. Let me know what that is, because I'm very interested. If that is something plum, I would really like to try it. I've never heard of it, and I don't pay attention to MFK very much, except for like the Baccarat Rouges and the Amber fragrance and all that. But then behind that, you got your Creeds, you got your Royal Oud, which I like, Green Irish Tweed, which as you guys know is like the cool water. To the left, you got your Creed Aventus. I like Aventus Cologne better, and then behind that, I believe that's Viking Cologne. I don't know the bottles very well. And then you have your original Santal, which people told me I need to try. It's one that I haven't tried. To the right of them, you got your Parfums de Marly. You got your Leighton, Herod, and Leighton Exclusive. I like Leighton. I do not like Leighton Exclusive. It's a little bit too heavy and dark for me. Then in front of them, you got your Rojas. Creation E, also known as Enigma, is a really nice fragrance. You got your Vetiver, which I haven't tried, or maybe I have, I can't remember. And then to the right, one of my favorite fragrances of all time, it's Elixir. It's kind of like their take on Creed, but it smells completely different, and to me it smells much better. Then in front of that is the Roja Elixir Parfum pour Homme, which is just a much deeper, more well-blended version of Elixir, longer lasting. Then you got the Red Cap L'Homme Ideal Extreme, which I'm jealous of because my red cap I threw away before I started like whole collecting. But yeah, then you have Profondo Light, you got Eau Sauvage, and then one of my favorites I just picked up is Chanel, the original Allure Homme, which is surprisingly fantastic. So yeah, fantastic collection you got here. You got a little bit of everything going on. You got a little bit of your fall and winter fragrances. You got your niche covered. Looks like you're more of like the niche head, but you do have some of those designers in the front. So thank you so much, Chris. I really appreciate it. Let me know about that MFK. Very interested to see what that is. I might be just reading it wrong because it's covered up by that Bleu de Chanel, but if it is a plum, let me know what that is and what it smells like. So getting into the next one, it is going into Marlin. Marlin sent me one picture on IG message, and that is going to be here. He has a few fragrances, and he does his sampling, so great job. You got your Prada Black from left to right. You have your YSL EDT, one of the best out of the shower scents. Your Cardamom Balm LNDL. You got your Chrome Extreme in the back, which is a nice blue take on the Aqva de Joe Profondo. In front of that, Mont Blanc Explorer, obviously a fantastic fragrance. Givenchy Gentleman Cologne, one that I don't like the Gentleman line that much, but the Cologne is actually a nice switch and a take on that line, especially for the spring and summer. Then you got your Cool Water, and then a Burberry, and I can't see what's behind those. But yeah, thank you so much, Marlin. You have a great collection. If I, again, had any tips for you, I would say you have the Prada Black, which is a good night out fragrance, but I would say to get more of a fall and winter fragrance in there, maybe something again like a Spice Bomb, or maybe working your way to like a Stronger With You or something like that, to give yourself a little bit of more of that cool weather vibe. But thank you very much, Marlin. And then we have another one here, which is by Mo. You guys all know, welcome to Mo's. He's in every one of my lives, been one of my first subscribers. So Mo sent me these. He couldn't get around to it last time, so he finally got into it. And he sent me 5 pictures. So we have the first one here. You got your Invictus, your Givenchy Gentleman Cologne again. Bad Boy Cobalt, which is, again, I love the opening. It's that sweetness, but it gets a little bit too earthy in the dry down for me. CDNIM, I do not like at all. I know a lot of people do. I just don't. I don't get it. Bottom right, you do have your Jean Varvatos Artisan Teal, which is fantastic. It's like their take on the YSL Y line, but it's even like a little bit fruitier, and I do like it, even though I don't like Jean Varvatos fragrances very much. That one's very good. You got your Eau Tres Fraîche again, which again, I prefer Eau de Vrai. I think that's a really good release this year, but Eau Tres Fraîche has a little bit too much of a floral vibe to me. L'Homme All Teams, fantastic. Dior Homme Sport, fantastic. Then your Mercedes-Benz Cologne, which is like the take on Dior Homme Cologne by Mercedes-Benz, and they actually have it longer lasting than Dior Homme Cologne, and it's fantastic. So that's page 1. Going into page 2, we got the top left, which is Amir Fire Your Desire, which is their clone of Angel Share, which Mo, I really would like to try that at some point in time, so I need to buy it. I need to figure out where it's from. I do want you to let me know. I know he has told me that top right, Starmen Nebula, is a clone of something, and I think it's Pure Tonka or something. If I'm wrong or if I'm right, just Mo, let everybody know in the comments. What is that? It's an Angel Men, I believe, Pure Tonka or Pure Malt clone. But let me know if it's good, and I think we had a conversation. I can't remember. Then you have your Luminous Night, the Amber fragrance, Glacial Essence, which is great. And then I think that's Al Haramain Amber Oud Ruby, which is a clone of Baccarat Rouge 540 Extrait. Then there's Rouge, which is, he doesn't have it here, I don't believe, unless that is Rouge. But Rouge is going to be the clone of the original Baccarat Rouge, which I actually like better. Then Valentina Born in Roma is fantastic. I don't know what Bahara Blue is. And then, obviously, Noir Ombre, one of the best, most versatile amber fragrances you can buy. Next page, we got your Detour Noir, the best Galatian clone out there with the ugliest bottle. Then we got your, is that Oud for Glory or Greatness or whatever? And it's the clone version of it. I don't know. I've never actually owned that bottle, so I'm not 100% sure. Then we got your Jean Varvatos, which I kind of like that one. Supremacy and Oud, haven't tried. Lalique White and Black, you can write on the bottle, and it's a latent clone, but I like that. But I like Detour Noir a little bit better. You got your Boss Bottled Intense, your Lhomme Ideal Intense, which is like the smoky leather take on the Lhomme Ideal line, which is really nice. And then Uomo, your Tiramisu fragrance, which people call it. I don't know what Radical is. You can also let us know in the comments if I don't know what that is. So now we have 3 you need to tell me. The Star one, that Oud one, I think it's Oud for Greatness or Glory, whatever the other one is. And then Arm Off Radical, let me know what that is. We got the L'Homme Ideal, Bvlgari Man in Black, CK Shock, which is one of the best cheapies of all time. Givenchy Gentleman, I believe that's the Boisé or the Eau de Parfum. I can't see the color of it. Then Private Accord, a great dark chocolate fragrance. Zadig and Voltaire, haven't tried any of those. Obviously the most wanted, you got to have that, and Wanted by Night. And then Stronger With You absolutely is absolutely the best in the line. And then Prada Black and CH Men Prive. You have a very similar collection to mine outside of those clones. So we're looking at the bottom here. You got that freaking Mandarina Duck that I need to try. I don't know anything about it, and I want to try a Mandarina Duck. And then also Gold Rush Man. I keep forgetting to buy it. I want to buy it. People say it's a really, really good cheapie. Then Dark Cherry and Amber by Banana Republic is really good, but it doesn't last very long. And then we have your Cremo, Bourbon and Oak. I also like the Spice and Black Vanilla. I think that's best, but Cremo is a very underrated brand. And then one of my favorite vanilla fragrances at the bottom right is Mercedes-Benz Club Black. Mo, thank you so much. I really appreciate it. You always have some really fire fragrances in your collection that you're always telling me about, so I always really appreciate whenever you guys send that to me, especially you, Mo. We love talking to you, and thanks for being an amazing subscriber to all of you guys. Going into the last person that's not me, this is Eddie. So he sent them to me, and on my phone I can see it pretty clearly. So bear with me while I get through this. I'm going to put the full thing on the screen. If I can't see it when I'm editing it, I'm going to have him send me a new picture. But he has a huge table full, and he has them really nicely set up. So thank you for setting it up like that for me, Eddie. All right, so that's the full thing, and then I took them into separate pictures. On the left-hand side, he has Boss Bottled Intense, the Azzaro The Most Wanted, the Bleu de Chanel's. In the back, you got your Armani codes, and I can't see what those ones with the black tops are. Then you got your Homme Sport Eau Extreme in the middle with your Cedrat Boisé, and your, if you guys don't know, Tommy Bahama set sail St. Bart's. If you mix it with Dolce & Gabbana Light Blue Eau Intense, it is one of the best layers for spring and summer ever. Then you have your Stronger With You Freeze Intensely Regular, and it looks like Absolutely. Those pretty much the only ones you really need to have, to be honest with you. And in the front you got your Spice Bombs, and it looks like your Ancre Noirs, but I can't see those ones. Again, it's very blurry on my screen. Going into the middle here, so to the left are the ones we already covered. In the back are the ones he sent me. If you guys don't know, Eddie is the one who sent me the all the Issey Miyakis to try. The only ones that I didn't try that he has, it looks like, are the original and then the one next to it. But he sent me Bois Argent, Polaris, and Ombre Noir to try. So thank you to him for that. You have a Dior there in the middle. You got so many damn fragrances, and you have it such nicely lined up. But when they're this close, it's sometimes hard to see exactly what we have going on here. I just hope it's a lot clearer in the picture whenever I put it on the actual thing, because I'm on an iPad right now. You got Zarahoff. I can see the Zarahoffs, and I know that you sent me one that smells really good, and I can't remember the name of it. And then the other one looks like Zarahoff's signature. Then you got your Prada Blacks, your Armanis, all real nice. Going into the right side here, you got your, in the front, Aqva Atlantique, Aqva Marine, and the original, which my favorite's Aqva Atlantique. It's like a mix between the original and like Versace Dylan Blue. Really good. You got your YSL, looks like Bleu Electrique, next to the YSL Le Parfum, Le Parfum. You got a replica in there, which again, I can't see what exactly it is. I'm not sure if it's the light or if it's the iPad, because the iPad's zooming in. But either way, you got your Off and On Supremacies in the back, which again, I haven't tried any of those. You got some Jimmy Choos and some Bentleys mixed in there. you have a really freaking nice collection. I didn't know that you had this many. You also have, obviously, I need to point them out, your Lhomme Medial. It looks like you have the Black Cap Extreme. It looks like you have the Eau de Parfum in the original. And then on the right-hand side, again, the Missoni Wave is a fantastic take on like a Versace Pour Homme or a Chanel Allure Homme Sport. And then behind that, if you guys want to try something unique with rhubarb, you got your Lacoste Lhomme Intense, which is fantastic. And in the back right, Insurrection 2 Wild, a nice clone of Pure Havane. And then you also have Lattafa Assad, which is a really good clone of Dior Sauvage Elixir. So thank you so much, Eddie. I'm sorry if I missed anything there. Again, this is exactly what I'm looking at here, so it's really blurry to me. I can't really see the names. If you guys see up close, it's blurry to me, and I don't know if it's exactly what it is, but it's hard to see exactly what they are. I can see like the brand name, like I know there's a replica there, but yeah. But thank you so much, Eddie. I really hope that we can do some trading back and forth at some point to any of you guys as well. Always message me on Instagram if you want to do some trading. I'd be happy to. I like trading. I like discussing fragrances. So speaking of my fragrances, I have some behind me. I have some up in my garage. I have some over there. And then I also have the ones in my collection, which I'm going to be showing you now. So I'll put the full collection probably here, or else I'm just going to show you them. At the top, I have my Ooh La La sign. I don't know why my wife put that there, but I got a lot of my I have my Parfums de Marly Eau Jaune, which I wish they all had stands, but they don't. But the Eau Jaune is like your Angel Share 1 million Prive. It's like a spicy cinnamon pie. Next to that, Parfums de Marly Harad. We got S Boy, which is their take. It's like a fresher, almost citrusy take on Baccarat Rouge 540. It's actually quite nice. Dior Sauvage Elixir, Bitter Peach, which is really good. I just got Cherry Smokin' today, which is cool. Tom Ford Noir Extreme, Scandal, Le Parfum, which I don't see in any of those videos because it's European exclusive. And then which it's like a caramel sweetness, really nice. Then you guys can see I have pretty much like a fall and winter shelf right below that. It has my Lhomme Medials, my Stronger With You's with the Stronger With You Oud. It has like off and on in the back. It has a couple other things. I have my Benz, my 1 million Prives, stuff like that. Then we have I have to mention them. You have the entire line of Spice Bomb and the entire line of Most Wanteds on the left-hand side. You can't see the smaller ones because they're behind them. The ones that I like, I usually get the bigger bottles. Now we're going to the next shelf. Which next two shelves really. On the right you can see I have a couple more niche up there. We got Sedley, we got Cedrat Posé, we got Angel Share, and then behind that we actually have a new one, which I didn't put in the video, but it's Killian Apple Brandy on the rocks. We got Blue Atlas Atlantis to the left. We have Boss Bottled Intense, and then Tobacco and Tonka Bean, Prada Black, a couple other things. We have Jeremy Fragrance's Fragrance One collection, which is really nice. Unisex is like a unisex version of Jean-Paul Gaultier's Ultramall. And then we got a bunch of other stuff behind that. Rasasi Hawas, CH Men Privé. And then we got some of your clones on the right. Millesime Imperial, which is, Milestone, which is a clone of Millesime Imperial. And then below that, you got your YSLs, the entire line, including Live, which is amazing. And then you guys can see it all for yourself. We got some Cremos, we got some Diors, we got your Coaches and your Chanels and all that good stuff. And then here's a picture of all of my samples that I put down there. These were pictures I took probably like 3 or 4 months ago whenever I first got this, and I was using these for my samples. Like I said, I have about 600 different samples all throughout my house, and that shows you I have like Leighton, I have a bunch of Lost Cherry, Aventus Cologne, some of my scent box things. But yeah, I have 219 fragrances. I like to hover around that. Even though I'm a reviewer, I'm a collector, I don't want to be where I have too many fragrances that I can't even wear them when I want to. I don't even know where half my fragrances are. And so I'm keeping it around 200, and then I sell some off at the beginning of the year, and then I do the same thing, and then I do the same thing. I used to stick around 30, but now that I'm a reviewer, I jumped it up, and so now I'm at 200 and 219, and so I'm going to continue to do that. So my collection probably won't grow as much as it should. Like, I can fill up that entire shelf plus like a little other shelf, but outside of that, I don't really see the need for having more fragrances. I usually just sell the ones that I'm not wearing or that I don't like or whatever, and then keeping the ones that I love, which is why you see most of the fragrances that I have are really ones that most people like or that I like to talk about. So anyway, thank you guys, every one of you. So in this video, I'm going to go through and thank everybody. Andrew, aka Sun Devil, Edgar, Dylan, Anti-Hyena, Arnold, P, aka Ben, Chris M, Mo, Marlin, Eddie, and myself. Thank you guys for all sending your collections in. They're all really nice. I don't really have much to say about a lot of your collections because they're either the same size as mine or bigger with more niche. So it's just whatever it is. I really appreciate it. I love looking at collections. I'm probably going to go look at even more than these. And then again, we'll do this in about 2 or 3 months, and maybe we'll do a roast down the road or something like that. It should be fun to give like a little bit of a unique factor to it. But yeah, thank you guys very much. Remember to like, comment, subscribe. Let me know below which one of these type of fragrances you want to try, any that you're interested in that you saw in these videos. And if you have any questions about any of the fragrances on any of people's collections, let me know or that person, and then we'll go from there. So thank you very much. Like, comment, subscribe. I'll be back with another one. Peace out.